friends and fellow adventurers, welcome to the MNmaxed podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction curse. We want to invite you to come join our Discord, where you can hang out with us and other listeners of the show. If you'd like to throw a little financial support our way, you can check out our new Venmo or our Patreon. And a shout out to all of those at our big number level and above. Rock Jedi, Wolf, Blornimus Slump, Emily S., Jason K., Just Mike Works, and Ross D. We appreciate all of our patrons. You really do help keep this show going. And now a recap of Session 53. After having defeated Mistress Dusklight, we speak to Mazael, her very upset paladin lover. He eventually tells us about some things we'll encounter. We go through a mirror maze room that doesn't matter at all because we've broken this dungeon. Then we come to a room with some paint-flinging giant clowns. We pretty much demolish them, and Turtle gets revenge on Creel, who had killed her mother. We move into another room where we find Drogden, the evil druid who made Moonlight. He is accompanied by some fucked up animals. The animals go down pretty quickly, but Drogden is a tough bitch. After a lot of back and forth, Moonlight fittingly gets the killing blow. And we're left staring at a magical dagger.
So after Drogden goes down, that dagger that he's holding kind of suspends in midair for a moment and then falls down onto his corpse.
Moonlight calls out, "Don't touch the dagger."
I won't.
The Wiz goes to investigate it. He doesn't want to touch it, but look at it, detect magic on it, try and figure out what it is.
The dagger is a short, decorative blade. Looks like it's been cast of a pitch black steel. The simple hilt is capped with a large ruby. The facets of the rubies seems to eat light as opposed to reflecting it. It's definitely magical. Your spell slime would react to it.
What kind of magic?
You're gonna make a occultism check if you're gonna do anything. Yeah, occultism.
Yeah, Moonlight will also move up to inspect it. Not touching it, but kind of look at it.
What kind of magic is it, though?
Oh, school. Evocation.
33.
Moonlight will also look it over and get a 19.
Moonlight, when you're looking at the dagger, you're kind of getting this tunnel vision towards it. Like everything else around starts fading away, and your vision is really focused on that dagger. Give me a will save.
Aye. And I'm also still detecting the spirit inside of the hilt, right?
Correct.
Moonlight gets a 29 on their will save.
A 29 will succeed. You feel for a moment like you're about to pass out. Like sensation of, you kind of have your vision close in and you get that moment of wooziness, but you recover from it. Kind of shake it off. That distracts you. You don't really know exactly what the dagger is. You do know that it's dizzying to look at. Wizard, the blade is really black. You don't see any reflection in it at all. You don't recognize the magic. I know you got, what was it, 33?
Yeah.
It's not something that you can compare anything to. You're kind of staring at it and mulling it over. How much time do you just stare at it and consider it?
Oh, how long are we hanging out in this room? I mean, I'll look at it until I try and figure it out.
I think after studying this dagger for the 10 minutes that we need to, and like you said, Moonlight's kind of feeling woozy about it afterwards, I think they would just pick it up.
Moonlight's gonna pick it up?
Moonlight's gonna pick it up. Because they remember this dagger, right? Like, this was the dagger that he was wielding, like, when I first came into consciousness.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably one of your first memories. So, as Moonlight, you reach your branches out to grasp the hilt. Time kind of slows for a moment before you close your grip around it. And when you do, a voice echoes in your head. Ah, the seed.
Another voice in my head? Again? Really? Who are you?
Sorrow.
Did you say sorrow?
No. Sorrow.
Did you say Sauron?
No.
You say sorry?
No. Sorrow.
And who exactly is that?
That's me. You're holding me.
You are this presence I sense in the dagger?
Well, if you can sense presences, then yes. That is likely me. What's your name?
Moonlight.
Nice to meet you, Moonlight. Does anybody react to Moonlight talking to themselves?
It was,
Well,
wouldn't think anything of it.
I'd maybe stand over Moonlight to see if anything crazy happens.
Who's the tall clown?
That's Peach Pie.
I'm much lower to the ground than I'm used to, so he looks a lot taller from this perspective.
Well, you get used to it. Everybody's tall.
Out loud, everybody would hear this. So, Peach Pie,
Can I tell that it's the dagger talking to me?
it's coming from Moonlight.
So Moonlight saying it?
No, not Moonlight saying it. It's not like the dagger grows a mouth and says Peach Pie.
but you can tell that the sound is coming from the dagger. With
mean,
this
sure.
thing our ears do called triangulation.
Well, I think his
see.
question is he hearing it or is it like telepathic in his
telepathic.
head?
No, it's a physical sound waves
Projecting.
situation.
Okay. Hello, dagger.
Sorrow.
Sorry?
No, sorrow.
I don't know that word.
That's my name, Peach
Oh.
Pie.
Hello, dagger sorrel.
No, Dagger is not my name, or a surname. Sorrow, no L.
Hello, sorrow.
Like Zorro, but with an S instead.
That seems like it'd be much harder to carve into things.
What's a Zorro?
I don't carve things, whoever's carrying me does.
Oh.
The carving?
What now?
Well, I don't know. Ask Moonlight. What now, Moonlight?
You have been wielded by Drogden for some time now. At least as long as I can remember.
Drogden and I have been, perhaps a decade or two.
Was it your presence that changed him so? He looked different than he did when I was here.
How am I to say what causes any person to change? I do know that he used me.
How did you come to be in the dagger?
I don't know. Do you remember when you were born, Moonlight? I suppose you probably do. It was traumatic.
Yes, and you were there.
Most sentient beings would tell you that no, they don't remember the moment of their birth. I do not remember the moment of mine. Not as vividly as you remember yours.
I just wasn't sure if you were a being before being put in the dagger, or if you have always been the dagger.
Far as I know, I've always been the dagger.
As I can sense a soul, I thought perhaps somebody had trapped you there.
If I'm anything outside of the dagger, I have no desire to be anything else.
You do not desire to be something other than something wielded by another person.
I'm a tool.
Well, I guess as long as you know what you are.
Do you do anything other than be a dagger and talk?
Oh, why, yes, I have many abilities. Peach Pie.
I would think so. Talking weapons don't grow on trees.
No, that's true, although I think most weapons, aside from staves and clubs, don't grow on trees.
True. So we've got an intelligent weapon here, guys. What do we do with it?
Sell it.
I would assume it's evil.
Don't
and
think
yeah,
it's good,
I'm
right?
okay selling it.
Okay,
Sell it to the bloke down the road who then turns evil and kills everyone.
and then kills the whole town. Turns out he was a powerful sorcerer that hadn't been unlocked. Yo, wizard, hey! Did you have something to do with me becoming me?
I'm the glove that Drogden wore to pull you into your sculpted body.
I thought you were a dagger.
Talking about in the magical sense, it's a plainer thing. Peach Pie, I don't think a sad clown like you would really quite understand.
Oh, alright then.
So you were the conduit to bring my soul to my body.
Sure, if that's how you want to put it. Yeah.
Well, I guess I should say thank you.
You're welcome. Not very often that my wielders say thank you to me.
Well, I wouldn't be here without you, I suppose. Though.
Technically, that's true. Never been used in that fashion before. We tried doing it a lot afterwards. Didn't quite work out the same way. Something about you is special.
Is that all those creepy little things that followed me around?
You saw them? Weren't they disgusting?
I'm not entirely sure what to do with you.
Well, sounded for a moment like you may have some sort of sentimental attachment to me.
Well, I do worry about what Drogden did, but perhaps that was Drogden and not you.
Well, whatever you intend on doing with me, I have no intention of leaving you.
Stage 5 clinger, dude.
I guess at this time I don't see a reason to get rid of you.
Money.
What would you like to have happen, Sorrow?
Me? Well, I'm here to see a show.
We could stab you into the audience, right in one of the benches.
Oh. Well, I didn't mean that show, but I suppose I would appreciate that as well.
I completely thought you meant stabbing like an audience person. I was like,
Wow,
damn, he's just gonna stab someone?
Peach Pie took a turn. Bernard is apparently gone.
No, I was just like, boom, like, into a bench.
Okay.
Or into someone's heart.
I followed. I followed.
I followed when he
I responded
as he
that way.
finished his sentence, but as he was going through it, he paused, and it was like
Stab you into an audience seat on the bench.
Well, if you're a sentient being, Sorrow, then you should have free will.
Oh, I do have free will, Peach Pie. Thank you for your concern.
Well, that's why I asked what you'd like to do.
Oh, sure. I'm staying with Moonlight.
I did notice a certain resonance as we got closer. Wasn't sure if it was you or Drogden.
Who knows? I'm just, a game piece on the board, just like you are.
Well, I don't like to think of myself as a pawn in somebody else's game, but I suppose in the grand scheme of things, we are quite small compared to the gods.
Well, it's good to see that you already have your own perspective in check, Moonlight.
Even the gods die.
As we have found out recently. Then I guess we will stay together for now. See where things go.
Sounds like a plan. It feels like he's watching you.
It's exciting to have a, sentient weapon, but also this guy is really boring.
It's like, I just want to hang out with you. Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Like,
Cool. Hey, dude.
and like you said, yeah, and it feels like I'm being watched all the time. But hey, I'm a performer. I'm okay with being watched.
Like a dream come true. Not creepy at all. Well,
I guess he did say he was here for the show. Was there a scabbard for this dagger on Drogden at all?
nope. You want to ask Sorrow about it, you can.
Laura, where did Drogden put you? I don't see any scabbard or anything.
Oh, Sorrow was never let go in his time with Drogden.
That's not healthy.
He held you in his hand for 2 decades?
Yeah, he did.
Why did he masturbate?
With the dagger?
Yes.
Oh,
He
his
has
dick
two
must look
hands.
terrible.
He had two hands, right?
I guess.
That doesn't seem practical. I have other weapons.
Drogden wasn't exactly a practical man.
That means he could never, wash his hands properly. Gross.
I feel like we will have to find some sort of sheath for you.
Sure.
Now that that's out of the way, I feel like we should be leaving.
All right, we're leaving. Are we doing anything? No, what we're going to do is later we're going to come back with some draft horses, and we're going to haul the manticore out of here. Is there any other loose ends we needed to tie up here? We've got the fish guy who might come to see us. We've got the Pegasus and the Dryad who I think are going to come to see us, right? Hopefully.
No, I think the
Dryad's
Dryad
gone.
was...
Oh, the Dryad's
Dryad
gone.
was fucking
Okay.
off. Dryad's like, I'm out of here.
The triad fucked off immediately.
Perfect.
Man.
Okay, so we've got the Pegasus, and we've got the fish guy who are going to come to see us, the Loaslanti. We're going to come back with some draft horses to get the manticore, but for now, we're going to go see Andera Pauldrene.
Yeah, and the manticore has food, right? I gave him a body.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tossed a
Yeah,
body.
there's a body in there.
That,
He's
So
having
you're right-
he's having some mutton
he seemed
because I think you gave him the
disinterested at the
Seder.
Yeah, he was sleeping.
So you're right now, 5 in the morning, going to Andera's office?
Yep.
Got it. Just wanted to make sure we were super clear on
we are
that.
going to sit outside that door until she gets there.
When you step out of the gallery, you step into the pre-dawn light. There are maybe a dozen people who are standing next to the ticket booth, which is just in front of you as you exit the Heavenly Gallery. They're all wearing, pajamas, essentially. You've got 2 halflings that don't actually have legs.
Oh my God! Does that make them 2 thirdlings?
They're the dancing quarterlings.
Oh God!
Well
The
done,
dancing
Paizo.
quarterlings.
Well done.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I would call them like the drawn-in quarterlings or something.
One of them is a woman who has looks to be an intricate map tattooed all over her body.
I feel like she's pushing her boobs up to make them look bigger.
It's working.
It's working. There's a half-orc man who doesn't wear a shirt for his pajamas, and you can see clearly why. It looks like
Are these
he
a bunch
has...
of gypsies?
I'm pretty sure
I think
they're
they're a bunch
other
of
circus
carnies.
folk.
The gypsies. I don't trust gypsies. Am I a gypsy? Fuck.
Am I a
I was
gypsy?
gonna say, you know we're at a circus, right?
We're pretty much gypsies.
I'm joining the fucking law.
Oh, Agents of Edgewatch, here we come.
No, no
Just all of a sudden
thanks.
skip to Agents of Edgewatch Book 3.
The circus rolls to town. That's what Book 3 of Agents of Edgewatch is called. Circus comes to town. No, the half-orc looks like he has a cleft palate, and actually looks like there's skin-grafted membranes attaching his arms to his torso, make it look bat-like almost.
Like somebody
That's
did
pretty
it to
fucked.
him.
Like they were done, like it was surgeries that were done to make him look like that. Peach Pie would know that. This is Arzo. He's in the sideshow as
Yes,
the marvelous
I was gonna
Bat Boy.
ask how many of these people I know.
Yeah, you would know Arzo. Carmine is the living Atlas. The dancing quarterlings, there are Hilda and Hera. There's Matchstick Flynn, the tiefling, who, as part of his act, Dusklight forces him to light himself on fire.
Forces him to light himself on fire?
Yeah. His tiefling resistance doesn't quite overcome some of the fire damage that he does.
Oh, so it's like he's got DR6, but every now and then it rolls, or DR5, but every now and then it rolls a 6.
Exactly.
Oh, that poor
exactly.
bastard.
He emulates it himself as part of his act. Then there's the repulsive frog girl, who is literally just a small underfed boggard,
Aw.
who has been abused by Mistress Dusklight.
So basically what you're saying is there are a bunch of abused
Refugees.
circus performers here.
Yes, there's a bunch of abused circus
That Peach Pie
performers
probably
here.
knows most of them.
You definitely know most, if not all of them. But Flynn would be the one that would step up. He would say, Hey, Peach Pie. See you're still alive.
Hello, Flynn. Yes, we are. And Mistress Dusklight is
What
not.
happened? What? She's not?
She is dead.
You killed her? There's this cheer that goes up through the dozen or so performers that are gathered here. It's quick, and then it dies down really quickly, almost like there's shame that immediately follows cheering somebody's death.
It's okay. You can cheer.
I would cheer if I understood happiness.
Really got to get out of this phase, Peach Pie.
Kind of
Slow process.
Kind of a buzzkill there, Peach Pie.
We've got 4 more books to go for me to get Peach Pie to where he's for his character arc. So I gotta try
Plenty
to keep
of
it
time.
slow.
Gotta cut plenty of time.
So, I mean, these people would have probably know of Moonlight, maybe not have seen Moonlight, but Moonlight doesn't know them.
You wouldn't know them, and most of them don't know you. One thing that I will point out is that the boggart, as soon as you said that Moonlight is dead, she immediately hopped off. Dusklight. Did I say Moonlight?
You did.
Fuck, Moonlight's dead.
Damn it! Is Moonlight's
What
dead?
happened?
No!
I had 72 hit points. What happened?
It was so sudden.
Did I do a box?
Suddenly.
Whoops. Yeah, suddenly Moonlight's dead.
It was fucking Sora.
So you see a dagger stuck in Moonlight's side.
As soon as Peach Pie says that Dusklight is dead, the boggart hops away immediately. Just runs away.
Seeing them hop away, Moonlight will be like, yes, yes, you are all free to do what you wish now. If any of you would like to continue performing, we do have our own circus,
We're gonna have the fucking hella salaries.
and might seem odd that Dusklight's rivals were the ones that killed her, but it's had nothing to do with circuses as much as you all know, Dusklight was a bad person.
Yeah, she was a cunt. Too far.
If you join the Circus of Wayward Wonders, you won't be abused.
Unless you want it.
The Vatri's not here anymore. Come on.
Arzo kind of like he's rubbing his shoulders awkwardly, a little nervously. I don't know where I'm gonna get my painkillers from now, Peach Pie.
Oh, the whiz?
Stop burning yourself, and you don't need painkillers, do you?
No, this is the.
No, that was the Bat Guy, I think.
This is the Bat Guy.
Arzo's the Bat Guy.
the marvelous Bat Boy.
Does he want to be a bat boy? Can I, like, surgically
Yeah, can we
fix
fix him?
You would have to examine him.
We might
more
need to get like a
thoroughly.
restoration spell.
Well, I mean, does he wish to be a bat boy? Or are these surgeries done to him? Like, hey, bat boy, do you want to be bat boy?
It's Arzo. You know Arzo. At least, in passing, I suppose. You know
Yeah,
Arzo.
bat boy.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey,
yes,
derogatory thing. I'm gonna call you that now. Something you
Man,
might not want to
so
be.
soft. Are you sick of being a bat boy?
Yes.
Perhaps we could find a restoration spell to fix you permanently.
Or we could make you like a frog boy. Like, we can just change it up. People have already seen the bat boy.
I don't think I want to be in a circus anymore. I don't think I want to be around circuses anymore.
Oh, I'd still help you if I could.
He walks past you all and goes into the gallery.
He's gonna off himself.
Good talk. Anybody else?
All right.
Carmine, reluctantly follows Arzo, and she says, Dusklight had some of my things. I'm going to go get those now. I think Arzo needs some help. So she follows him.
Let's make this easier. Anybody that wishes to be part of the circus, come meet us later today at the Circus of Wayward Wonders. If you don't, have a good life and good luck. And Moonlight just walks away.
Too long didn't read. Thanks. Fuck off now.
Wait, are there any wizards here? I'd like to copy your spell books.
Wait, hold on. Are any of you wizards before you go fuck off? No, there's no wizards in the bunch. Well, after everybody scatters, Flynn is the only one who's left. And he kind of scratches the back of his head with his hand. He just goes, "You're not going to make me light myself on fire, are you?"
No, Finn.
Only when you want to.
Can I light you on fire?
No, wizard.
I won't join if I'm being lit on fire.
No fire for Finn.
But I can juggle daggers that are on fire.
How do you feel about ice?
We got a juggler.
But my daggers are on fire.
We can always use more jugglers.
Ooh.
They could juggle together.
Sure. I don't know. You have good. I heard about your juggler.
Yeah, the little mouse girl.
Kind of talks a lot.
Fidget. We gotta get Fidget back in. People love Fidget.
Yeah, he agrees to join as long as he doesn't have to immolate himself. Just as you agree, if a mammoth comes up,
Oh, orc lady.
Oh, yeah.
they come up and Avor goes, "Well, we're ready, yeah? Let's get out of here." And she's got trunks on top of her mammoth.
Yes, we are headed to the constabulary. If you would like to head to the circus and ask for the professor, he can get you situated. He's the old man.
The old fire eater.
Yes, long time ago.
All right, we'll see you later then.
Never did check out, what is this area down here? Is this like fun and games, like carnival
Yeah.
game type area?
That's the Midway. That's where your little friend Kagrud came from. Guy who brought the guard with him. Bunch of carnival games, a prize booth, cheap toys and stuffed animals.
Yeah, I wanted a stuffed animal, and he got me. I can't remember what it was, but it was like really fucking weird.
And say,
Got you a weird.
It was like it was a horse with something. It was a weird horse, wasn't it?
I kept it.
Peach Pie, if you still needed an animal, maybe you can find one that better suits you here.
I go do that. Can I find the prizes?
Yeah. There's a
No, you don't have
there's
to.
a prize booth.
A prize booth? Okay. How many prizes can Peach Pie carry at one time?
I was gonna say there's hundreds of like cheap toys.
Peach Pie just takes as big of an armful of toys as he can possibly carry and comes out carrying them.
The spell slime nudges the wizard
What's up, buddy?
and points towards the prize booth.
Okay, I'll investigate. What's it going for?
The magical item is a slide whistle.
What kind of check would you like for it?
Arcana works here.
25?
This item is called the Marvelous Calliope. Calliope? Calliope. Calliope?
Might be Calliope.
Kelly, you?
Calliope.
Calliope.
Calliope. A marvelous Calliope.
Once per hour, you play the Calliope, causing it to cast charm on one of the listeners. Interesting. After Peach Pie grabs his handful of random toys.
Oh, multiple, like huge armful. Like he just comes out you can't even see his head. He's holding so many.
Is there any hint of joy?
You can't tell, his face is covered by animals.
The one time he's smiling, we don't even get to see it.
And we will head to the fountain.
Okay.
We've got a lot of stuff to identify, so we'll just probably sit there and identify stuff while we wait for Andera.
Peach Pie's just like sitting on the fountain edge, just like holding a ton of stuffed animals.
Like arranging them.
No, what I do is while I'm sitting on the edge, I arrange them all like they're looking at me like a gallery, like fucking Lion King beginning style, and I start naming each of them.
Peach Pie, hero point for being so adorable. You all are standing outside of the constable's office waiting for Andera Pauldring to show up.
I'm sure she's getting used to it, but she walks up. It's all of us, like Moonlight and the Wiz, sitting there, like staring at these items. Peach Pie is organizing his toys. And Jeb is just
bored.
Jeb is like taking a nap or something. I don't know.
He's bored. He's anxious.
I see Jeb like laying against Turtle.
A lot.
A lot.
We nap a lot.
There's a lot of Jeb turtle
Swinging
naps.
takes a lot out of me.
Andera does show up. She's walking down the cobblestone street through the square. She gets to the square, she looks up, and she stops dead in her tracks. And she stares at you all.
Hello.
Good morning.
Greetings.
I see you are all here early. No show last night?
No, not in the traditional sense.
So you've done it.
Murder? Yes.
Please, can we talk in the office? The details.
Certainly.
We didn't murder anybody.
Calm yourself. Please, come to my office. And she
Why are you yelling with?
because she's in public yelling, I didn't murder anyone. She pulls out keys. She unlocks the constable door, the doors to the office. And she escorts you all inside. And she's, come, sit down, sit. Takes off her jacket. She hangs it up.
Moonlight stands because they're short.
Peach Pie comes in a few minutes later after he's gathered up all of his animals again, stumbling, trying to open up the doors with his giant clown shoes because his hands are full.
And animals in his hands.
His hands are full of stuffed animals. I can't help but imagine you're leaving this trail of small toys.
Bernard
little
picks each one up and puts it back on the top of the pile.
We will not lose one.
as they fall.
No toy
no
left
toy
behind.
Door closes behind you. She sits behind her desk. She folds her hands in front of herself. Well, tell me all the details. I see that you do not have Dusklight with you.
Oh, we actually do.
You hear Peach Pie say from behind his animals.
I'm sorry, Peach Pie, I can't hear you from behind the stuffed animals
Bernard
that you're carrying.
Bernard crawls to the front of the pile and pulls out the one that's in front of Peach Pie's face. Oh, we actually do.
Yes. About that. Wizard?
Oh, the Catwoman?
Yes, the Catwoman.
Yeah, pull her out. Drop her on the floor.
Just grab the bag from the bottom and just kind of shake it out onto the floor. The body slumps unceremoniously with a thud onto the wooden planks of the office.
I'm trying to think of what else might come out, too.
I can imagine a handful of weapons, spiked gauntlets.
The Grail Twisted Desire.
But the fucking grail pops out.
That's right, the fucking artifact we have.
Don't mind that. Just
Oh, sorry. Jump that back in the bag.
put that stuff away.
Well, this is all very comical, and she arcs an eyebrow at you as just stone-faced the entire time.
Moonlight gives one of those half smiles sorry.
So sorry, Moonlight.
Well, I see. I will not stand for the unnecessary killing of suspects. What happened?
How detailed do you want it?
All the details, Moonlight. I want all of the details. She pulls out her notebook, gets a quill and an ink bottle, dips it in, and looks at you expectantly.
Okay, so we left here, went back to our place, went to sleep, and at 3 a.m. we went to the menagerie. When we got there, boars and another guard were at the front gates. We told them we were here to arrest Dusklight. They attacked us. They both died. Then we went in. There was a weird satyr man.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a little transitionary there. We don't need to have Moonlight recap the entire thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're going to, but what I need to find out is, are you lying about Kalkek's involvement?
I am skirting around the fact of how people died, specifically.
I see. Well, she allows that all the way up to
but
Dusklight.
Moonlight also knows that those guards were called, and they saw the dead bar guest.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, at that point, Moonlight will be like, "We killed the bar guest." Moonlight will mention the bar guest there.
She looks up she's furiously writing down every detail that you'll give her. When she looks up and she just goes, "There's a barghest there."
Yes.
Well, good thing that you killed it. Did it manage to kill any civilians before you took it down?
I believe it did kill a few of the circus folk. I feel like she'd probably be more interested in what happened right before Dusklight, actually.
Yeah, she would be interested, like, leading up to Dusklight. And this next part she's very interested in, when you'll tell it,
we'll skip the mammoth and everything, and the wizard has this door knocker that we decided to go in the back door, which was make our own.
She nods her head and just goes, alternate modes of entry, good idea. She looks up at the wizard with, like, momentary disbelief and then continues to write.
Like he just got a smirk on his face and...
I give her a wink.
Unfortunately, the next part you're not going to like very much.
Oh?
After creating the door, we heard Dericus discussing with one of the other guards that he would fake arresting him when we arrived.
Andera's face betrays a moment of just absolute shock. She does regain her composure quickly, closes the book momentarily, sets the quill down, and says, as you know, I shared with you prior that I had suspected deception amongst my ranks. I had really hoped that it wasn't Dericus. Do you have any proof that he was there?
His body is laying in the room.
Corpse.
Well, we've got his badge. Wasn't his badge, like, magical?
Yep.
Moonlight might be holding the badge.
She goes, hold on. You beheaded him.
Who said
A little bit?
Who said beheaded? What?
How do you behead someone a little bit?
I just point at my axe and be like, sometimes it's just sharper than I assume.
It was a lucky shot.
Luck, please.
She looks at Jebediah and looks at the axe. It's a wicked looking axe. And she nods.
We did try to arrest him, but he attacked us.
I'm sorry. Rainbow Squirrel, can you move the...
Yes, I've got it. Sorry.
Thank you.
We did try to arrest him, but he attacked us.
I see. Didn't want to be caught in his schemes. I suppose the alternate door that the wizard made was surprising to him, and he acted hastily. Well, thank you for bringing this to my attention either way. She opens up the book again and continues to write.
The other one got away, right? We let the other one go?
Yeah, I think the other one left.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
guard.
blinded him and let him out the door.
Yeah, that's right.
He's like
But
pushed
he
him out,
wasn't-
closed the door.
There was
He
a
wasn't-
second guard.
Oh, he was a guard?
He wasn't
as
a
well?
guard.
What was
Oh,
he?
he
Was he
wasn't.
just a stage? He was a circus guy, or
He was a
what was he?
bouncer.
Oh.
Like boars.
There was a second person in the room that did come to his senses enough to run when we gave him the chance.
And Dericus didn't take up that opportunity.
Dericus did not, and actually, I suppose Dusklight was a very similar situation.
Oh, well, I do need to hear about this as well.
I even threw cuffs at her.
We attempted to arrest her, and she refused and attacked. She called a guard, like a paladin or something.
Yes, do not know the youth's name, but I do know that he found himself with Dusklight recently.
He was very smitten by her.
Kind of a simp.
Bit of an
Kinda.
idiot. Bit of an idiot.
Kind of completely a simp.
Yeah, kind of completely a simp.
He came to his senses enough to surrender, not until after Dusklight was dead, but she refused quite directly to give up.
So this young paladin will be able to corroborate that. Where is he currently?
Sobbing in Dusklight's bed. The last we saw him.
He kind of raises her eyebrows and nods her head. Ah, I see.
We destroyed a masterpiece or something like that.
Shalenites. She closes the book. I suspect shall do it for now. If we have any questions or if anything arrives from the cleanup of the plot, her lands are seized and forfeited with the crimes, the evidence that you've brought me has been more than sufficient. I will say that I am thankful for your service. As you're not on the payroll as official constables or deputies, I will waive the taxes for your next couple of performances within Escadar as a thanks to bringing this evildoer to justice in my city, and also for filling the hole that her entertainment venue closing will inevitably leave.
When you say the next few, talking like 2, 3, 7?
Let's go for 3, wizard.
Anyways, it has been a long day, and it's only 6 a.m.
I'm sorry.
Been a long day.
It's 10 a.m.
Is it 10?
As it stands.
Oh, we waited.
She points to her mantle on the clock.
Oh,
She
I suppose.
goes, "Oh yes, you've been in my office for several hours now."
Time flies when you're processing witness statements.
It does take a while to write down stuff that happened.
She doesn't require anything more of you at the moment.
As far as the Celestial Menagerie goes, I believe that chapter is closed. Suppose we will have to find where we need to go from here. I will hand back the warrant.
Thank you.
I believe this is no longer necessary.
No, not really necessary at all. She looks down at the body on her floor, and she walks to her front door, and she catches one of the clerks as they're walking by. "Clerk, get somebody in here to come and process Mistress Dusklight's body, please." And when you guys came into the office, it was pretty dead, but now it's bustling, it's busy. People are moving back and forth, paperwork's being filled out and processed and filed.
I assume her opening the door was also like okay, now get out of my office.
It's basically, yeah, she is telling you to get the fuck out, right? She hasn't told you to fuck off yet, but...
Well, good day, I suppose, and hopefully we don't have any more reason to speak.
Hopefully not. I do have much work to do, and again, thank you for your service to Escadar. Goodbye now.
As we get up to leave,
Bernard, go ahead and get hold.
I'm sorry, Peach Pie, I still can't hear you.
Bernard goes to the top of the animal pile and pulls one off. Walks over, sets it on Andera's desk and says, "Peach Pie would like you to have this." And then leaves.
I like when you say Bernard walks over, just like Bernard scampers over.
Like carrying an animal that's probably bigger than he is, yes.
That's what I'm thinking too. Bows slightly to Bernard and says, "Well, thank you, Bernard. I suppose it'll be something to remember you all by."
Andera Pauldrine, you are an excellent leader, and this town is lucky to have you.
She blushes ever so slightly.
Is there a relationship brewing?
Bernard would just have
Andera?
Bernard would just have a lot of respect for like the most obviously lawful good person we've encountered throughout our adventures.
Yeah, lawful good is Andera to a T.
I think it's time for a nap.
Congratulations, party, you're level 9.
And now, in the interest of trying to keep our episodes caught up with where we are in recording and not bore our entire audience to death, I'm going to summarize a bit of what happens next. Several of the circus refugees we met at the Celestial Menagerie do end up coming to join us. We also finally recruit Fidget's renegade brothers to join us as hands, vowing to protect them from any ne'er-do-wells who may be after them. After we level up to 9, Tyler decides to give us all something cool. Jeb's axe handle, that came from Moonlight's branches, now grows mushrooms that heal when eaten. Peach Pie gets the ability to, once per day, animate an object to perform a simple task. The wizard learns a few languages and gets the ability to temporarily learn others for 24 hours at a time. And Moonlight's shadow becomes something like a portable hole in which they can store things. We take a couple hours to head back to the now completely cleared Moonstone Hall to return the magical Auridin masks that we recovered from the dead Dusklight. When we return them, the magic of that chamber with the 12 statues seems to return. We find that wearing a mask bestows a temporary and minor blessing to the wearer. We leave them on their correct statues and all is right with the world, or at least with the destroyed temple to a dead god. We decide to run 2 more shows in Escadar. We try out some of our new acts and the show goes well. The second one goes so well we manage to double payout. After the shows, we do a couple upgrades including spotlights and a bigger tent. The professor then approaches Moonlight to discuss our future plans.
The professor is there, like, looking at the plot of land that you guys have and, like, scratching his head. And he says to Moonlight, he goes, I don't think there's really enough room for the extra tent here. It's a good idea that we do it, but I guess I didn't think about how little space we had.
We cleared out a large area. This isn't big enough for 2 tents?
Well, I mean, with all of the places for the performers and all the new animals and the wagons the performers have brought in, there's a retinue that came with them. We just are running out of space.
Do we need to talk to Andera about getting a larger space?
I mean, if we want to stay in Escadar, but that's not really your plan, is it?
No, not if we're going to be heroes, as Peach Pie likes to say it. We haven't really discussed this with you yet, but we have some business on the other island.
Oh, the Isle of Kortos?
Yes.
Business? This hero business you mentioned. Well, alright. Well, do you have any ideas? Or are you guys still deciding where we're going?
We have a general area, but we don't know exactly where.
The bearded man walks up to you guys all standing around thinking about what you're going to do next. And he hands a letter to Moonlight.
Is it a cease and desist?
I don't know. No, it's not.
No, Dusklight's already dead. She can't send us one of those.
She can't do that. He's addressed to Circus of Wayward Wonders. I figure take this to Moonlight.
Thank you. I will take a look. And I'll open it and read it.
Now you open the letter, and it's addressed to the Circus of Wayward Wonders. And inside is almost like a flyer in the way that it reads. I don't know if Moonlight would necessarily be able to pick up on the nuances of it, but it basically says, the Sword Lands are looking for a traveling entertainment venue to come and perform in the local farming communities as a attempt to raise the local spirits. And it's really, the people are really nice. Come and see the breadbasket of Absalom. And
it's a tourism guide.
Sort of, yeah.
Advertisement.
Yeah. And at the bottom it just says, of the Carrick Grange Opper Vandy.
Is that supposed to be a name or something?
Yes. Sincerely, Opper Vandy. Well, I mean, it would make sense that if we shoot for the big top, we move to the big island. We gotta land somewhere. But Carrick is as good a place as any.
Are these locations going to be big enough for our new tent?
Well, he kind of looks and he goes, as far as the land is concerned, there's definitely enough space. It's a farming community. They have fields aplenty. If they want us to go
are there going to be enough people to fill their tent?
People, for certain. Well, come to think of it. And he kind of puts his hand to his chin. The farming down there makes a lot of money. Absalom's a very big city. Those farmers don't really have a lot to spend their money on. It may not be such a bad idea.
This is when we really could have used Savatri. Could have hoarded herself out to the farmers. I hate that nobody jumped on that right away. They're just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Very lonely.
I guess I would need to look at a map to see if this Sword Lands meets up with where we need to go.
And you could buy a map from town easily.
I can't say I've seen too many maps in my life. It's not really been important.
I can read maps. I'll give us directions and where to go.
We go buy a map.
Yeah, go buy a map. I have something for you all, actually.
Is it a map?
It's a map. It's a map.
The map.
It's a map. It's a map.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
If you look in the Sword Lands in the west, you'll notice there are 4 Aeon towers right there. Carrick on the western side in that little inlet. Basically, it's the major port where all of the grain and the produce and everything that comes from here, as far as trade goods are concerned, all go through Carrick. And they get to Absalom by boat as opposed to over the lands of the Isle of Kortos. Yeah, Carrick is right fucking next to 3 of the Aeon Towers. And
the Sward Lanes.
And the Sward
How
Lanes.
convenient. Well, Carrick is actually the town that this guy is in, so...
Yeah, Upper Vandy's...
So he's requesting us to come to Carrick.
Yes. Swordlands are well known as being in just the perfect spot where the growing season is nearly all year round. So therefore, it's a lucrative business, you could say, feeding all the people of Absalom in a place where the crops grow almost indefinitely. That's what you find out about the Swordlands.
Sounds like this plan matches
go to
up
the
with where we need to
Life
go.
Root Stone.
So, Professor, start packing the bags.
Okay. Would you like me to send correspondence back to this Upper Vandy?
Sure.
Let's just go surprise them.
I think Moonlight would send him the correspondence.
Okay. I'll send him
Graciously
word.
accept your offer to house our circus in your fair city, or outside your fair city.
Moonlight's
Make it sound
getting
pretty.
better. Yeah, Moonlight's getting better at this.
It was will write a nice formal acceptance of the invitation.
I suppose you do know what that looks like, being you have a crazy high society score for some reason.
I get a 31 on my diplomacy check
Nice.
to make it sound very gracious.
It's super flowery.
I'm not that kind of tree.
And the
Flowers.
And the Wiz fails his too high check and miswrites it all.
Then also society.
Also a 31. There you go.
Nice.
My too high check.
It's solid. We're gonna hire a boat.
So yeah, we're on a boat headed to Kortos.
I'm on a boat, yeah.
I'm
It's
on a
going
boat,
fast,
bitch.
yeah. Come on and see the show, a circus from which heroes grow. It's just a coin or 3 or 4, now don't you miss a thing. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. There once was a plant that grew, you see, its name was Moonlight. There a tree they learned to dance quite magically and scare their foes away. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. Come see the dwarf, his name is Jeb. He has a turtle in his bed. He dreams of syrup in his head. His axe he swings down low. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. A wizard has no name, we'll find. He'll color spray when in a bind. His rainbow robes will flow behind him as he flies away. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. Ye merry fools laughed at the clown. He wears his makeup in a frown. He has a rain cloud for a crown, and peach pie is his name. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. There is a squirrel and tiger too, a spell slime that came from Achoo, a bunch of other cast and crew, a dead monk and dead heart. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go. Wayward the wonders come to bring us magic and thrills and fun. One day when the circus is done, they'll take their tent and go.
let's go ahead and say that it takes about 3 days of travel to get to Carrick. Everybody tell me what you would be doing on the barge.
Jeb and Turtle are definitely just down in the cabin the whole time. We do not like boats. We don't do keen to water.
What's the fortitude save we need to make to not be seasick?
Let's do DCs by level and then your level.
Okay, I will make a fortitude save to see
That's
if I
a
get
mean
sick.
DC
That's like, what, 26 or something like that?
for seasickness.
I got a 29. I critically succeed, not getting seasick.
Critically succeed, not getting seasick?
Yeah, because I got a success, which means I
that's
critically
right.
succeed.
That popped up in this
I
last
want you to know
episode,
I
didn't it?
critically failed.
Yeah,
which totally works for what I just said.
Oh my god. Jeb rolling the 1. You're sick as shit.
I'm just vomiting down in the cabins.
Literally everybody else is fine, and Jeb is just hurling his ass off.
Dwarves don't like it.
I'm a tree, I don't get seasick.
I will make myself 4 invisibility potions, Tyler.
4 invisibility potions.
Because why not?
You do have that recipe, right?
I do have that recipe. I was looking at my recipes. That's my only 4th level item. And
Nice.
I guess I picked that up for a reason. Or maybe we found it. But fuck it, I'll make them.
You got the time? All right.
I gotta figure out
crafting
how much
roll
that
for
costs
right?
me. Yeah, and I'll just fucking use assurance. So I can make up to level 8 items with my assurance.
There you go. Invisibility is level 4th, right?
It's a 4th level item, correct.
There you go.
Moonlight does the ringleader thing and just goes around to all the circus performers and hands and just talks to them and makes sure everybody's doing okay and all that leader type stuff, you know?
Moonlight doing the leadership bits.
Sup? How's it going? That's good. Yep.
All right, have a good one. Wizard, you're not just taking a nap.
Sleeps for
probably read
3
some books. Read some books. Plays around with the slime.
So, anything
Anyways.
interesting happen on our 3 days?
Absolutely not. While you're traveling the coast on the 2nd day, if you look out over the Isle of Kortos, you can see in the distance an Aeon Tower, pretty close to the coast. But aside from that, nothing really of interest happens. So as you arrive in Carrick, it's an interesting little port town. A lot of very large ships port at Carrick. Mostly looks like for transporting goods. Even as you were traveling along the coast of the island, you ran across many other boats like the one that you were on. A lot of barges carrying goods around. As you land through the bustle of the town docks, you see a lot of dock workers and the dockmaster bartering with the clipboard and checking people out. You see a distinctive figure standing in the middle of the docks, and the bustle is happening all around him. And he's looking around, and when he spots Moonlight standing at the top of the gangplank of the ship, he stands up and he waves his hands, and he's got a cane that he's carrying in the air.
Oh shit, it's Peter Baelish.
Yeah, can we
does
just
kinda-
kill him now?
It's fucking
Kind of does
Littlefinger.
look like Baelish, yeah.
I'm assuming he's evil.
He's a guy
That's just
made
the
up by
assumption.
Tyler.
He's evil, obviously, then.
Obviously evil.
Look at that mustache. It has to be evil.
This man is a human of medium height, middling age. He has thinning salt and pepper hair that are swept back from his brow above bushy eyebrows. He has thick mutton chop sideburns and a neatly trimmed mustache above a smooth-shaven chin. He wears the somber, formal garb of a solicitor or an undertaker. The small flower pinned to his lapel is a sullen shade of purple. His eyes sweep the crowd, and when he finds you and waves his cane at you, he starts moving through the crowd towards you.
As he approaches, Moonlight activates the Ringmaster Staff.
Tell us what the Ringmaster Staff does.
Well, so the part that I'm using is that, just like, I mean, it's not like the actual activation thing, which like allows you to cast some spells. This is just the part where While wielding a ringmaster staff, your normal voice can be clearly heard by all creatures within 300 feet regardless of intervening barriers, ambient noise, although your voice can't penetrate magical silence.
So basically you're putting up the megaphone right now in the middle of an open, like a dock, right? Okay.
Greetings, citizens of Carrick. We are the Circus of Wayward Wonders, and we have made dock. We hope to be ready to put on a show for you in the near future. Expect to see posters and advertisements up soon. And actually, I will activate the staff and use a spell off of it. It's the cantrip Dancing Lights, like as I'm like at the end, like so it like shoots like almost like it's fireworks or something.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance check on that.
39.
Fucking kill it. The whole pier comes to an absolute standstill, and everybody is looking at you. You know, there were some children who were playing off in the distance, and everybody who's staring at you is silent except for the children. The children are screaming in joy and delight and running. They scatter off in different directions after your announcement, almost as though they're running home to tell their parents that the circus is in town.
That's right, the circus, not to mention the heroes, is/are in town. Those Aeon Towers are about to get saved, same as these citizens are about to get entertained. But is this Opper Vandy character actually plotting evil, or is he just a friend? Find out next week as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.